Good news. She's registered. Finally. So what's on the cards now is I'm going to have this old tint taken off. As you can see, it's bubbly and shit. And it's just a mess on the back here. So a mate at work, his son-in-law, does tinting for a living, so he's going to do that for me for a nice price. I've put my rims back on. As you can see, they are illegal, but who gives a shit? So right now what I'm doing is I'm feeding wires through for my cam. You can see my cam there. And what I've decided to do is, instead of use up the USBs that I've got sitting in here, underneath this here, what I've done is I've mounted an accessory socket and a USB, so that anything that I use like that, which will need to be constantly hooked up to power, I can run the cable like I have here. It's actually sitting up there at the moment, but I've brought it down the A-pillar and out through here. So what I will do is be able to plug it straight into that, and that will sit up in there without interfering with anything at all. So at least then it's out the way. I'm not using up the USB that's there, which can be used for phone charging, tablet charging, etc. And I've hooked up a connector here so that when I take this off, I don't have to have wires and whatnot hanging down here and being a pain in the ass. So that gives me one more thing that I can hook into there. And if I have to get another one of these, I will. But I've just put that there because I had one. I had one laying around from my four-wheel drive, which I used to charge to keep my fridge going. So I'll be hooking that up into the fuse box. I'll tap into a 15 or a 20 amp there, and at least if I do need that, I can just sort of bring the cable along here, put the fridge in the back, and keep that charged. Now I have a little drinks fridge which I can use for long drives. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. And the other thing that I'm looking for is I'm probably going to have to go to eBay, because I've had a look at Autobarn, I've had a look at Supercrap and Auto One, and nobody has an A-pillar pod gauge. So I'm going to have to go on the eBay and get something, because I really do want it on the A-pillar. I was thinking about up here, like a double or a triple here, but then the problem is I will be drilling into the dash. I really don't want to do that. I want to avoid it if I can. It's easier to replace the A-pillar. I've lost my words now, but whatever it is, it's easier to replace that than it is a dash. Now this dash isn't perfect. There is right there is a crack through here. So if I do come across a good dash, I will grab it. But until I do, this is the only one I have. But if I do find another one in the meantime, I will have no problem drilling through that, bringing the cables through into the vent area here, and then running them down and where I need to go to tap in to get power a light source which is easy to pick up from here, which is off the lighter. And I have 3 gauges that I want to use. One will be a boost, one is air fuel ratio, and the other is fuel pressure. I do have a water temp and an oil pressure, but I won't need them for this car because I have water temp there and oil pressure there. So that's the plan. That's what I'm doing today. So I'll nip all that up and then I'll be back in a minute. Okay, well that's wired in now, and we have a removable connector there. I've plugged in the camera, dash cam. So let's turn it on. We should hear an audible bell noise. And there we go. We has power. So I'll just bring it up on my phone. Yeah, that's definitely working. There we go. Fucking hell. There we go. So that's the front of the car. Alright, that's another job down. Just close it off. Sweet. So that's another job down. So I'll put that back together to a certain point. I don't want to have to put everything back in. I had to connect up, had to remove that from the fascia panel and connect it because I had no indicators. So when I was driving around, it made a little bit hairy. Nobody knew what they were doing behind me. See, I still don't know which way I'm going to go, whether I'm going to go with a pod on that or with the A-pillar. I know A-pillar mount or pod gauges are illegal. Cops reckon that if you have an accident, your head could go through here and hit the gauges that are there. That's their logic. Fuck knows what they're thinking, but that's the logic. But if I have something here, it's legal. So yeah, go work that one out. It still baffles me. So Australian motor vehicle ADRs, or Australian design rules for motor vehicles, is baffling in some cases. That's one of them. It's really annoying. So whether I'll go illegal or legal, I have no idea yet. So anyway, I'm going off topic. What I am considering is whether to put all this back together again and then pull it all apart again when what I want arrives. It's going to take about 3 to 4 weeks to rock up. Shit. Now I'll put it all back together again, and then I'll hop on eBay and have a look and see what's there. Okay, well, everything's back together again. So what I'll do now is I'm going to test fit the side skirts and rear bar, which I bought, and see how they fit. Probably going to need modification as normal. Nothing fits directly straight on. So I will have a quick look at that, and then I'll call it a day, hop on eBay, order what I need. I also want to replace the steering wheel. It's pretty cactus, it's flogged, so I need a boss kit, then decide what steering wheel I'm going to use. Oh, and the other thing is too, I want to put my happy switch, hook my happy switch up here. And what I mean by happy switch is my last Skyline, I had a 2-stage boost controller, so you have the switch off and it was set at stock boost. Hit the switch and it gave me 28 pound of boost, and that's why I call it a happy switch. So I also want to buy the boost controller for that, and yeah, a few other things, but I'm going to test fit these side skirts first and then we'll see how we go. Okay, quick push on. It's not too bad here. I might have to remove some of the material there so it fits in here a bit better. This one here, as you can see, there's quite a fair amount of distance here, so I will be heating this up and seeing how I'll go slipping that over, because as you can see there's quite a sharp angle on this, so if I bring that angle back here, that might fit on there. So I'll piss fart around with that and I'll be back in a minute. There we go, a little bit of heat and she's on. That looks pretty good. Wop wop, wop 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 wop. What you doing? What's that, hello? Hey. You say hello. Yo, shooky girl. Whatcha? Hey. Oh, yes, my shooky baby girl. Oh. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Down. Good girl. That was not bad. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, I'll do the other side. Then I'll have a go at the rear bar. But that could be a problem because it's fairly wide. It's only designed for a single, so we'll see how it goes. I don't want to cut into it because I am replacing that with a single. I don't like this exhaust, but I'll give the other side a go. Let's see how it is. Alright, the other side didn't need as much, but still needs a bit of work to get it to fit properly, but it's on. So it should slip on and off now. That's a win. The only thing I'm concerned about now is the wheel touching. Let's give that a go. Sweet. That is a result. Alright, let's get this rear bar off. I'll run into a minor predicament for something else I found. I actually have to cut this here out. It's for the tow hook. The other thing I found, it looks like it's had a shunt in the butt. So I'll have to keep an eye out for another Rio bar back here. It's not major, hasn't actually gone into the bodywork, but I would like to replace it. So that's another thing to keep an eye out for. Anyway, I'm going to cut this out and then I'll be right back. Okay, I've cut the hole out and then I was vacuuming up the fiberglass, and check this nutter out. You're a bullfed. Bit of fun for the day. Hey pup. Say bye. Oh. Okay, well I can't get it all the way on because this stupid fucking exhaust. But it looks like it's going to need a bit of work around here and here. Other than that, it's fairly good fit. A bit of cleaning up. Tow hook sits in properly. But yeah, there's your problem. So what I might do is get under there and I'll drop that exhaust down so I can get a bit of a better indication of this. Now if I have to, what I might do in the interim is drop the exhaust down. There's a lot of room there, and keep it down. Give it about a 10mm clearance, and then that will give me room to work, because as it is now I can't really gauge it because I can't get this side here on. So what I'll do is I'll slip that off and I'll lift the arse of the car up and I'll drop the exhaust down a bit and then get back to the bar. I do like that, that looks good. That looks pretty schmick. Yeah, I like it a lot. So it moves fairly seamless with that. So we got the width here, the width there, and it continues on. But yeah, like I said, there's a bit of work to do, bit of fill to get that to look good in there, and a bit of cleaning up along this line here. And then once I get all that sorted out, I'll be able to send it off, get it painted, and then I'll Sikaflex it on. But for now, I need to drop that exhaust, so I'll do that now. Alright guys, I made a decision. Instead of decasting around, we're trying to get that exhaust down. What I'm going to do is just order the replacement exhaust, wait for it to arrive, and then start working on this thing. There's going to be too much rooting around for nothing, so I'm just going to put everything back, clean up my mess over there so I can park my bike back in that corner and call it a day. So there we go, day 7 done, and I'll see you guys on day 8. Catch you later.